Since President Trump took office, there's been plenty in the news about rolling back environmental regulations that his administration deems unnecessarily burdensome on industry. From my perspective as an air dispersion modeler, one of, if not the most restrictive of the regulations that I deal with on behalf of my clients is the annual PM2.5 National Ambient Air Quality Standard, or NAAQS. Well, that may be changing, and much quicker than you might think. So you may recall that during the first Trump administration, the EPA found that no changes were necessary to the PM2.5 standards. However, shortly after President Biden took office, his EPA reconsidered the PM NAAQS and dropped the annual standard from 12 micrograms per cubic meter to 9 micrograms per cubic meter. This has represented a tremendous challenge for both the regulated community and the regulators. For industry, meeting the new NAAQS in a permitting context has required a lot of effort. For regulators, the number of non-attainment areas was going to skyrocket, causing many in the state agencies to wonder how they were going to keep up with all of the non-attainment designations and associated state implementation plans. So, for a while now, there have been rumors that the annual PM2.5 NAAQS may be one of the targets of the new EPA, and now the word on the street is that it's going to be returned to the previous 12 micrograms per cubic meter in the very near future, as EPA faces a June 23rd court deadline stemming from ongoing litigation. So how can this happen so quickly? Well, I'm just a humble dispersion modeler and not a lawyer, but this change looks like it's going to be rooted in legal theory. It appears the current EPA is going to argue that the previous EPA did not have the authority to reconsider the NAAQS without a full new scientific review. This leans on one of the arguments put forth by litigants in the Commonwealth of Kentucky versus EPA case, which challenged the lowered NAAQS on procedural grounds. So while there may be relief coming as soon as the next few weeks concerning the annual PM2.5 NAAQS, well, in today's political climate, we can't have something without uncertainty, right? Legal challenges to a changed NAAQS are very likely, and who is to say whether the next administration won't try to change it again? For the regulated community, it does appear that a door will be opening very soon to allow for permitting actions to comply with a less restrictive annual PM2.5 NAAQS than has been the case for the past several years. So, if you're on that side of the table and have been considering a new plant or major modification, making that modeling work for that permit might just get a good bit easier in the very near future.